What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Raymond Forever. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm back with another vlog. I'm doing a story time on fight with my daughter and her mother. But before I get into that story time, I want to remind everyone to check out my playlist called Thoughts on Life. The link to that playlist will be in the description box. Take the time to go through it. If any of those blogs catch your attention, take the time to watch a few on and send me some comments. Thoughts on fight with my daughter and her mom. A few weeks ago, I took a trip to Florida for my son's birthday. My son's 17th birthday, as you may know. And I made plans to link up all my kids. All but my 21-year-old, my 21-year-old. You know, he stayed at Father's and it took a whole half a day just to drive to him. So I took advantage of time with my other two kids. Previously, before going, my daughter always had a different excuse on whether she'll be available or not. So I figured that was a clear sign that she didn't want to hang out. After not seeing your father since August of 2021, you know what I mean? I figured she would be willing to jump on like, yeah, let me make the time. But everyone don't think the same. So I get to town, pick my son up. My daughter go text, can you take me here? Can you take me there? Like, now she got a dozen things she want to do. I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't get you. When I'm ready, let me figure things out. So she rushed me for a reply. I mean, this is the fastest she ever replied back to any of my messages, text message, anything. You know, time goes on. We get the spare time. I go pick her up, add her to the plans that I already had in place. And we end up going to the mall. First, I noticed she get in the car, she speak to my son. Look in the back, speak to my son. That was that. Okay, that's usual. She never speak to me. No, anything that at first. We get to the mall. I tell both of them, my son and my 17-year-old son, it's his birthday, and my daughter, I will buy you an outfit. We end up, as usual, we end up in 6-7 stores before anybody find one outfit. So I tell them, like, yeah, if y'all ain't got an outfit by the time we get to H&M, you just gonna leave without an outfit. I'm not finna sit in the mall, go in out the same stores over and over, and you guys ain't leave with nothing. You know how I am, I don't have the patience for that. So we get to Foot Locker, which is right around the corner from H&M. My son found a pair of shoes he wanted and a shirt to go with the shorts he had in the car for his birthday dinner. Asked me, can I get us his shirt? That's all you can get. Okay. My daughter, and she wants to go to 2 more stores. We go to those stores and whatnot. And then we get over there with H&M, like, and then we're going to H&M. So, you know, going to H&M for me. I'm walking around looking at the shorts they got, see what they got different than what the H&M in Virginia have. As I'm picking out clothes, looking at clothes and whatnot, my daughter comes out, do we have to stay with you? And I looked at her like she was crazy, like, you ain't seen me since August. And you ask a question like that. So I go in and say no, like, no. Maybe they'll change their mind, or maybe my son will stay. So when I said no, they went about their business, right? So I'm looking like, wow, you know, like, since she got in the car, she ain't about to say 2 words to me. If I don't include myself in any conversations, I don't get added to it. Well, okay, you know. Peeping game and whatnot. So, I'm in H&M now, looking at clothes by myself. I think I picked out 3 outfits in H&M. I get them, find the registry, get in line. Seeing how long the line was, so I go texting my kids to see where they at. No reply. I call both of them, going back and forth from phone to phone, calling both child from Facebook Messenger. And calling my daughter through her regular phone. Both of them working on Wi-Fi. And as I get further and further in line, closer and closer to the registry, I'm steadily calling, no answer, nobody returning the call. Okay. Now we get to the registry. As the guy ringing me up, you know, I'm steadily calling both of their phone back and forth as I'm getting ringed up. Then I go in the H&M app, so to do my discount and everything. For the scan that little barcode on the H&M app. Then I'm steadily calling like, hey, boy, who phone you blowing up like that? That's your lady? I'm like, nah, that's my kids. my 17-year-old and my 16-year-old daughter, you know what I mean? They in the mall trying to see if they ready, you know? Well, man, I know how that is. You know what I mean? Like, I see you calling back to back. So he get done ringing my stuff. I said, let me text one more time. Call him one more time. They didn't respond. So I went out there. He put my stuff in the bag. I paid. That's when I text both phones saying, if you ain't at the car by the time I get at the car, you getting left. Boom. Nothing more to be said. So neither one of them can answer the text. Me knowing both of them walking around the mall side by side with their phones in their hand. You know what I mean? That's why my son's phone stay dead, because he keep the light on, never turn off. You know? So me and the cashier, we had a little talk there. I'm on my parents, you did it at me. Get them all, they answer the call. That's all they got to text me is just that right there. If you ain't at the car by the time I get there, you getting left. And literally mean it. You know what I mean? So we share a good laugh about some old school memory. Come to find out, he 43, I'm 41. And we're around the same age group, 80 babies. Time goes by. I'm leaving out the mall, making my way to the food court, to that side of the area where I parked at. I run into my kids over that food court. I'm in T-Mobile. I see them come walking past. So I wait a little while, come out to T-Mobile behind them. I got my lady on FaceTime for her to see. I bet you both their phones in their hand like I said it is. And what? And I'm getting closer behind them. But they walking looking ahead with their phones in their hand. And you see me calling you back to back. Nobody can answer the phone. Okay? So as I get close up on the car, as I get close up on them, I say, so both of y'all see me calling y'all phone. Nobody can answer. Neither one of y'all can answer the phone. They look like a crazy, what? You know, they got their excuse. I ain't trying to hear it. We met a cop. You know what I mean? So we get to the car. It's to get to the car, get the drizzle a little bit. I get in the car fast. Start it up. They're in the car. You know what I mean? And I hear something ringing in the back like a call through Facebook. It's my daughter calling her mom. Her mom answered the phone. Mom, my daddy texted me saying if I'm not in the car if I'm not to the car by the time he get there, he gonna leave me. It reminds you, she's already in the back seat. Her mama didn't point that out though. But me and my 17-year-old son don't point it out like she's in the back seat. We both looking one in the mirror like, really? She's in the back seat, so why this a pointless phone call to your mom? So she told her mom what happened, why I said it and everything. That led to her mama talking trash. I'm letting it slide. Being a big adult, let it slide. Like, it going in this ear, out the other. You know what I mean? Back and forth. Now, what I didn't let slide was she said, that bitch can die. That fuck nigga can die. That's when I snapped, like, bitch, you can die. So now me and my daughter mom going back and forth with my daughter. Don't talk trash to my mom. I hurt you about my mom. I fight you about my mom. You know, and that's when I turned all the way around in the seat. This is when I had a Marvin Gaye dad moment. When Marvin Gaye dad killed him for jumping in the fight between Marvin Gaye dad and his mom. That's when I had one of those moments. Little dad and I like, look, you put your hands on me, I'm going to forget you, my daughter. I'm going to beat you like you one of these dudes in the streets. I told her just like that. You ever put your hands on me, I'm going to beat you like you one of these dudes in the street. Turn back around. Like that, just like that. So she's still talking trash. I'm talking trash. I'm talking trash to my daughter mom at the same time. And my daughter asked her mother, Mom, can I spit on him? I look like, what? Did she just ask her mother because she spit on me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm ready. I'm like, I know her mom gonna say, yeah, do what you want, something like that there. Her mom then straighten and didn't say nothing about it. So my daughter ended up mushing me in the head. I turned around and grabbed that girl so fast. If you ever put your hands on me again, I'm like, I had a tight girl, she couldn't move. Let me go. You know what I mean? I'm like, I told her, look, if you ever touch me again, I will hurt you. I will literally hurt you. So she's still talking trash, saying she's gonna get my brother to beat me up and whatnot. And like, me and my brother can never fight. We too real for that. You know what I mean? We too real for that. You know what I mean? I know he your ride or die, but we ain't gonna go that far. Nothing we do or say will lead to a fist fight between me and my brother. No matter how bad it is. Believe that. So she's still talking trash like, no way, I'm just gonna take you home. Forget all that fussing and arguing, because her mom already saying I didn't have permission to get her. And come to think about it, I told her from before I came and got her, called to let everybody know your mother and your grandma, called and let them know that you going with your dad. And assuming that she did, I didn't follow do the checkup to make sure. She called to let her mother and her grandma know that she was going with her dad. So we leave. I'm headed to my home. You know, my daughter mom in the back on the phone, like, oh, I'm gonna call the police for kidnapping because he didn't have permission to get you and all this other nonsense, taken to a whole nother level now. And then I got my 17-year-old in the front seat talking about I need to get my haircut appointment, da da da. So I'm going back and forth to both of them. And come to the conclusion, my son 17, I'm gonna drop him off at the barber shop and then take my daughter home. So we get to cruising down the road, taking off. No, we don't left the mall. Headed to take my 17-year-old to the barber shop to get a haircut for his before his birthday dinner. You know, so we get on the road. We get like 10 minutes down the road from the mall. At a red light, my daughter jump out the car, take a picture of the car, take a picture of the tag. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking you home for real. You really trying to get your dad in some trouble with the police? Yeah, I'm definitely about to take you home on the real. You know what I mean? So she get back in the car, take my son to a haircut appointment. Now I'm hot. I mean, I'm speeding, driving fast, but being cautious at the same time. You know, I mean, I'm getting there. Get my son to the barber shop. We're in peace and quiet the whole time. I'm there playing some crump music that really got my blood flowing. You know, get to the barber shop, and the barber shop said one door down, take him down. This whole little run around, you know. The whole time in my head, I'm pissed now. I'm pissed off. Like, wow, this is not what I come to Florida for. This is not what I come to Florida for, to have problems with my daughter. You know what I mean? And we finally get my son to the barber shop. He get his hair cut. He's like, he has been waiting for me, because it won't be that long. Okay, waited. And but they came out. Him and my daughter came out the barber shop. Now I'm on a GPS. I voice checked the address to the GPS to get me back to her house. Get my daughter on. So I don't want to go. I want to go with y'all. So I'm like, do I really want to let her go, or do I want to take her home? I said, okay, you can go, but you can pay for yourself. Okay, I got money. Cool. You know what I mean? Let her spend her money. Since you want to be disrespectful and everything, let her spend her money. Now, all night, we go to the birthday dinner. You know what I mean? Every time my son jump in the car, she jump in the car. You know, why they wait on one of my son's friends to come pick up their child, went on their ride. You know, I'm sitting in the car and listening to music, texting. You know, and just going over what don't happen. Like, I'm really lost for words. You know, while they stand outside, you know, things goes back. So we leave that like that. My son kind of asked me to give one of his friends a ride home. I said, sure. It's on the way. Okay. So I take my daughter home, you know, listen to my crunk music, listen to my little thanking music. You know, I take my daughter home. She don't say nothing. Got the car, closed the door, gone by the business. Okay. I take my son's friend home. Then I take my son home. Me and him talk, you know what I mean? And that was that. Now, my thing is, we being parents, you know what I'm saying? We being parents, the first thing the mama should have said was, why you calling me? You know what I'm saying? You already in the car with him, so that's a pointless phone call. But she got to entertain the nonsense. She, you know, that's how her mama will entertain the nonsense. So, you know, her mom should have been the bigger dog, not talking trash. You know what I'm saying? She let it go that far. You know, when me and her start talking trash to one another, me and my daughter mom start talking trash to one another. That's when the mom should have got on the daughter, told our daughter, just between two adults, stay out of it. You know what I mean? So my daughter started putting her 2 cents. I understand that's your mom, but when adults is talking, when adults is arguing, children supposed to stay out of it. You know what I mean? And I wasn't thinking like that at the time. But now that time that went on and I thought it over, you know what I mean? And like, wow. You know, I'm really lost for words on how it played out, because it shouldn't have went that far. Things shouldn't have went that far. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't agree with my old school methods of raising my kids, but so what? It don't matter. I'm still gonna be old school. You know what I mean? I meant what I said. You know, I text y'all phone back and forth, and neither one of y'all gonna take the time to answer the phone with both y'all phones in y'all hands. You know? So I feel like the mom should have been on my side, instead of talking trash and been like, you know, you ever in the car with him, this is a pointless phone call, and hung up the phone. And then when things got out of hand, when it came into talking trash, the mama talking trash to me and I'm talking trash back, somebody should have been a big adult and said, hey, you know, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do this. And also said, told my daughter stay up. Somebody should have been big enough to say that, but at the time, I wasn't thinking on that level, so I went along with the play and talked trash back. That led to all of that, you know. And I told myself I'm not doing nothing for my daughter no more. It seems like the only time she wanna come around is when it's money involved. If I'm not spending money, she don't wanna hang out. She don't wanna spend time with me. If she's not calling my phone to ask for money, she don't call to touch my phone. Like since I've been back from Florida, I've been back since June. I want to say June 13th is how long I've been back from Florida. And as of yet, she only reached out to me one time to ask me about a text she received from the bank. That's it. As far as the conversation and thing, it haven't came yet. But, you know, and I'm okay with that. Because, you know, all the trash talking that her mom put in her head, you know, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of he say, she say going around about me. And that's what my daughter based our friendship, our bond off of. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So we haven't talked since the last time she texted me about a text that the bank sent her. And I'm planning to leave it just like that. You know what I mean? I'm planning to leave it just like that because I stopped trying to force things on my daughter and just go with the flow. But with me going to flow, nothing's still leading to a full conversation with her. It's all small talk. And the only time she really texts me or anything is when she want to ask for some money. So I'm gonna kill all that. I don't have that kind of bond with no woman that call my phone. I don't have that kind of bond with my other two kids. And I have a decent bond with my two sons. So why should I have to break bread in order to have a bond with my daughter? No, it's not going down like that. So I made up my mind. That's what I'm doing. You know, I would still reach out to her once a week, say, hey, how you doing? And hope that it progress into a conversation. If it do, it do. It don't, it don't. I give myself an effort for trying. You know what I mean? You can't force yourself on people, because when you force yourself on people, it pushes that person further away from you. So I'm not going to force it. I'm going to be content with the small talk. At least she give me that. You know, she called to ask some money, quick to say, nope. Just like that. I mean, I'm not being that kind of parent that you just call me when you want money. I see so many older cats that got that same kind of relationship with their kids, where the only time they hear from their kids is when their disability or their social security check came in. Then their kids calling to ask for money, and they right there like a dummy, giving it, helping it out. I'm not that dummy. That's the only way I can get more than small talk out of you is by coming out the pocket. Then I'd rather not. You know what I mean? I'd rather not. I wish I had somebody I can go to my job. Hey, I need 6 figures. Here's a conversation, and they drop me 6 figures. I wish I could do that. I don't have it like that with nobody. Nobody would have it like that with me. You know, and that's where I stand. That's where I stand. Like the other day, 4th of July, we out with my mom. My mom birthday dinner. Me, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my mom. We took my mom to Outback Steakhouse for dinner, and my brother in there texting my daughter, you know what I mean? He got a good bond with her. Thank you, Jesus. Somebody on my side of the family has a relationship with my daughter. And he was like, dang, that's messed up that a child had to worry about their own school shopping. And I'm literally like I shot him a you like, really? What's messed up about that? She's 16 now. You know what I mean? She's 16. I don't know about you, how you was raised, but I'm pretty sure me, when I was 16, I would buy my own school clothes, so why she can't buy her own school clothes? You know how expensive these kids are. Like, I point out, we was in the mall when I was in Florida. Every pair of Jordans she was looking at cost $350 or better. When I say every pair of Jordans she was looking at, Every pair of Jordans she was looking at was $350 and better. $350, $375, $425, $475. In these little stores they got run them all. And you know what I mean? And she making plans to get them with her paycheck. So, you know, and I told myself, if she was to come talk to me about what happened in Florida and give a sincere apology, I would give a couple of $100 for school shopping. No, I wouldn't leave my child hanging. Even though this is the door that I'm on child support for, I still wouldn't leave my child hanging. But I don't think that conversation is going to come because my son already told me, she already said it, that she's not going to talk to me until I apologize to her. And I don't feel I owe her apology. I don't feel I owe her apology. You know what I mean? I did what a parent do. Your parent texting, calling your phone back to back, you can't answer. Then as soon as I send you that text saying meet me at the car, if you ain't at the car by the time I get there, you getting left. Or that text you respond to right away, ask, oh, so I don't get nothing? You know what I mean? So she can respond to that text right away. Like as soon as I send it, name, and a minute later, she's already replying to that text. You know what I mean? But yet, you couldn't answer none of my phone calls. You know, so I don't see any signs. I've been sent back thinking since this incident, which was June 10th, is now July 11th. So it's a month and a day later. I've been thinking about like, man, all the effort I'm putting in to get a bond with her, and it's not really turning into a bond. Like, it's not really turning into a bond. So I'm going to continue to put in effort. I'm going to continue to invest my time in trying to build a bond, build a relationship with my daughter, no matter how long it takes. But if it got to be built through spending money, I guess it won't never get built. That's my opinion. I shouldn't have to break bread to have a bond with my daughter. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be such an issue about breaking bread if I wasn't on child support. You know what I mean? But I am on child support, and as the state of Florida says, that's the only obligation I have is to pay my monthly child support. You know, nothing else matters. So, and that's how I'm carrying it. You know, I'm gonna continue to reach out to her. If things lead to more than small talk, it do. It don't. I give myself 2 thumbs up for effort. But I didn't want to share that story with y'all. What's going on in my life? You know what I mean? As y'all know, my YouTube journey is based on my everyday life. You know what I mean? I want to show y'all another side of the world, another side of being a black man that you don't see on TV. So that's why I'm sharing the story with y'all, you know. And I don't want to ask y'all to keep me in your prayer. Keep me in your prayers, you know. It's a tough job being a parent. It's a tough job when you got a bond, a relationship with 2 of your kids, and when you don't. That's very tough, especially when you put in the effort. I mean, y'all seen the videos, how many monthly hangouts that I have in Florida when I brought my daughter and my son along, but yet me and my son getting closer and closer, and yet me and my daughter still on square zero. You know, so I'm to the point where I just let things be what it be and go with the small talk. You know, be thankful for that. You know, like she tells me she don't care about school, but yet you bragging about your good grades on Facebook. Yeah, she don't know I have access to her Facebook. You know what I mean? You on Facebook bragging about good grades, and you don't care about school, but you making sure you fresh to death for the new school year that's about to start on my birthday. You know what I mean? So I put 2 and 2 together. You know, it's a reason she still won't open up to me, and I don't think I'm the full blame for that reason. But whatever that reason is, I hope she overcome that reason before it's too late. Cause you know, like they say in this song, we on borrowed time. We all racing the race. We trying to win. We all trying to win the same race. You know, I know my actions have shown her that I'm a better person than what people tell her about me, because everyone that she's getting information from is her mom. Her mom haven't been around me in years. When I say years, I'm talking about years. I'm talking about her mom ain't really been around me since, I'm going to say, 04. Since we sat together. I mean, it was just a one-night stand led to a baby. 2 one-night stands led to a baby. You know what I mean? No kind of relationship, no kind of bond was built. Just had sex. I went by my business. She went by her business. You know, then Papa, she pregnant. you know, and so I can't imagine how much, I can't even understand how someone that don't even know me from Adam and Eve can have so much bad shit about me. You know what I mean? And my daughter's to the age where she's 16, she'll be 17 in November. So she's to that age where she can look at me and get her own understanding and figure out what type of person I am, and see that everything you hear about me is either past tense or not true. But she haven't come to that conclusion as of yet. So I'm willing to go with the flow and let it be what it be. That's why I stand on the whole situation. That's how it's gonna move. I will continue to invest time in building a bond with her, and hopefully someday get more than small talk. But if I have to continue to break bread, the answer would be no. I hate it to be like that, but that's what it got to be. You know, I just want to share that story time with y'all, let y'all know what's going on in my life. If you like this story time, remember to subscribe, like, comment, share. Make sure you turn on post bell notification. And for a shout out, my shout out video last Sunday in July, y'all tell me to comment. Any mothers out there, any fathers out there that has a daughter, they had a hard time building a bond with their child, with their daughter, give me some advice. You know, I'm looking and willing to accept help. That's where YouTube is, the place where we can go for help. You know, I've been observing my brother, wife relationship with her dad, and her dad was pretty much like situation like mine, and he been putting in the effort trying to get into his daughter life through gifts. I'm not that. I'm not that person who spend thousands of dollars to impress my daughter and still get nowhere. I'm not him. Sorry, raymondtacularforever is not that man that will spend money to impress you. That's money that I can invest in other things in my life to prosper my life. I mean, just being honest. I want to share that with y'all. Make sure you check out my playlist.